What is up, mofos? It's Amy Plano, the reimbursement dietitian, here to simplify the reimbursement process for all dietitians and CNSs accepting insurance. And today, this is actually a general video because I feel like obviously 99% of my content is all geared towards insurance-based dietitians, but I wanted to do a video on this topic for all dietitians getting started with private practice because I feel like this is a barrier. And the magnitude of pinkness going on right now is a little bit insane. But today I wanted to talk about what all dietitians, including insurance-based dietitians, actually need, really need to get started in private practice. And it's actually less than you may think. So this is for any type of dietitian, cash-based, insurance-based. If you've ever thought about starting your own practice, but felt completely overwhelmed by the tools, the systems, and the shiny software people say you need, take a deep breath. Because in today's video, I'm walking you through what you actually need to get started. No fluff, no extras, and definitely no $200 per month platforms that don't move the needle forward. So let's simplify the private practice process so you can stop stalling, because that's what you mofos are doing, and start actually seeing clients. So I'm going to take you guys kind of through like two different types of context. We're going to talk about the bare minimum, kind of like the essentials of what you guys all need. Then we're going to talk about tools, kind of tools and resources. And then I'm going to tie it up in a bow and actually talk about mindset, because I think most of you guys don't really realize how freaking important that's going to be. So let's talk about first things first, the bare bones business essential. So to run a legit private practice, you need to be set up as a real business, right? A dietitian once told me, and I really like this analogy, most dietitians are playing house, right? They're not really running a real legit business because they're doing things half-ass. So I wanted to walk you guys through 5 things that bare minimum you need to be doing. So number 1, you need to register your business name with your state and apply for a free EIN if you have not done this already at irs.gov. It keeps your personal information separate from your business. And you always want to sit down with an accountant, a CPA, or somebody who knows your financial system best to determine, obviously, your business name, but to determine your business entity. So business entity, are you going to be a sole prop? Are you going to be an LLC? Are you going to be an S Corp? Are you going to be a PLLC? So those are all things important. So that's bare bones minimum. Number 2, business checking account and credit card, right? You have to keep your business expenses and income totally separate from any W-2 income you may be receiving. So, for example, if you're working for a company like Nourish or Faye or Berry Street or any other job, the income that you're receiving from any 1099 roles, so some of you guys do exist, say for Faye as 1099s, that can go into the same account as the one we're talking about for your practice, but any W-2 income, say you're working like I did at Yale, my Yale income went into a totally separate bucket because that was already taxed. Okay, so number 2, you need a business checking account and credit card. Number 3, most of you guys already have this, but super important. You need professional liability insurance. It protects you in case anything goes sideways legally, and it's super duper important. I have pro liability through the academy, very inexpensive, very reasonable. Some of you guys are also using HPSO, I believe. Those are another option for that. Number 4, you need a HIPAA-compliant phone line. Most dietitians get a Google Voice number or something like Spruce Health for privacy and professionalism. In this last one, I know you guys think I'm crazy, but shockingly, you will need this, a fax number. Okay, you're going to need one to communicate with physicians, especially if you're accepting insurance. You need referrals in certain states, not just for insurance. So if you're in California, Alabama, Tennessee, you need referrals independent of the form of payment. So you need a fax number. I use SR Fax. I'm happy to give you a referral for that. We use RingRx for our HIPAA compliant phone line. Also happy to give you a referral for that. And then for credit cards, I love American Express. Also happy to get you a referral bonus for that as well. So those are the bare minimum. So whether you be a cash-based dietitian or you are an insurance-based dietitian, getting started, those are the first 5 things you need. Okay. Now let's get into tools and systems. Tools to run your practice smoothly. Okay. So we want to talk about systems that help you actually see patients and get paid. And you only need a few core tools. Okay. And some of these I actually used to tell you didn't need, but I think in this day and age, these are important. So you will need some type of EMR, so an electronic medical record. You do not need anything fancy to start, okay? And a lot of these ones, I have other YouTube videos, I have other blogs, all on different EMRs. We use Calyx, but I've used them all. So there's Calyx, there's Healthie, there's Practice Better. Who am I missing? IntakeQ. Missing one of the big ones, but those are the main ones that everybody is using right now. SimplePractice. So Calyx, Healthie, Practice Better, SimplePractice, and then IntakeQ. Once again, like if you do not have patients yet, you probably don't need that one yet. The ones that follow, so a scheduling system and then a telehealth platform, most of the EMRs have those built in. And that's why I put the EMR first, because you may start to source a separate scheduling system, which you will not need. And then you may look to source a separate telehealth platform, which you will not need unless you're not using an EMR. So a lot of the EMRs are free. They have trial versions. I want you to start there, right? No need to throw any money out that you don't need. And to be very clear, I know this is a super confusing part too. The value of an EMR is not only the scheduling system and the telehealth platform, they also have intake and consent forms, just basic forms, HIPAA forms, privacy forms, service agreements that allow, your patients to sign those up. So, there's other systems like HelloSign and I think like JotForm, but I really want you guys to think about an EMR because it really is an all-in-one. I have referral codes for all of them. So if you want to get a discount or anything free, drop it in the comments below. My team will get it to you, but they all do that. And then the last one is just basically a basic website or booking page. I do not think you need a website right out of the gates, but what I loved you to have is a booking page. And why I say that is it's just basically a link that you can send people to. It's like a landing page. It's like a book now button. So that way, like you do not need to be scheduling all of your patients, on your own. You just say, hey, like, PS, here's the link to my schedule. Like, go ahead and book your appointment. Okay. So the tools to run your practice smoothly are really just basically a basic EMR at its most basic format. In the beginning, the free version. And in that EMR, we will have a scheduling system, a telehealth platform, intake consent forms, and even more importantly, most of those platforms in the scheduling have a scheduling widget, which we love, that you can just send to your patient. So that's the basic part. And then lastly, mindset, right? I really want to get you guys thinking done is better than perfect, right? For most dietitians, the concept of perfect is just another way of us procrastinating from us doing the shit we know we need to do. So if you take anything away from this video, let it be this. You do not need all of the things. You just need the right things and the confidence to start. I've seen far too many dietitians stall for months, sometimes years. You know who I'm talking about, because they think they need to have it all together before seeing their first client. And the reality is you don't, okay? It's like hilarious for me to think back in 2007 during my internship when I started all of this shit, just like the flaming dumpster fire of shit that was my life, that was my practice. Insane, right? So I didn't have any of this shit and nobody told me what to do. So I'm hopefully trying to prevent you from having to do anything twice or anything wrong. So get the basics in place, start small, and then just have the confidence and the clarity to learn as you go, right? Be brave, right? I think people think that I don't have fear, but the reality is I have fear about most things in my business. I just do it anyway because I know imperfect action is better than no action. And then any action creates momentum, which is better than perfection every single damn time. So, starting your private practice does not need to be overwhelming. It does not need to be expensive. You just need a simple setup, a clear plan, and the mindset and the confidence to move forward. So, if you found this video helpful, which I hope you did, give it a like, throw a comment down below, and subscribe. We release videos just like this every single week. And our goal is just to get more dietitians in private practice, whether you be cash based or insurance based. So, and then if you have ideas or thoughts on videos you want, let me know in the video, and we will obviously do our best to deliver. So, this is a simple video for everybody getting started within in any type of practice. And these are the initial steps. Hopefully, you guys found it helpful.